now in the second decade of the 21st century, is one of those times where the profession must speak loudly and provide a clear vision for the future of healthcare. While we and our colleagues in other healthcare professions continue to strive to provide the best care for our patients, the system and its challenges all too often conspire against us. Healthcare has been likened to an insatiable Pac-Man, devouring the funding for all government programs, even at the expense of those such as education and housing that are critical to the maintenance of health. Financial and demographic stresses challenge the very foundational principles of Medicare that are embodied in the Canada Health Act. The economic prosperity of the last decade, which enabled 3 First Ministers' Accords amounting to some $100 billion in new federal funding for health care, have bought time rather than change. The CMA believes that now is the time for change, and for change that works. As many of you know, the CMA has been pressing for a transformation in our system to help find ways to enhance delivery of quality care within a sustainable funding model. We have enunciated the principles that we believe must be the foundation of these changes. Embodied in the healthcare transformation document are ideas and policies to stimulate national dialogue and debate and lead policymakers to act to create a healthcare system that will last. 2 weekends ago, representatives from the provincial and territorial medical associations, including Dr. Lewis and Mr. Ritter, met with members of the CMA Board of Directors to further discuss the transformation project. This meeting produced an excellent exchange of information on our document that will serve as a tactical toolbox for change. The document makes the case that now is the time to implement changes. It shows where the principles articulated in the Canada Health Act are not being fulfilled and need to be strengthened. The document stresses that the sustainability of a healthcare system is at stake, given the current and future fiscal reality. The Toolbox document also emphasizes that a high-performing healthcare system must be rooted in a patient-centered approach. We have provided a modernized interpretation of how the principles of the Canada Health Act should be fulfilled to better meet the needs of patients. We have also identified key enablers that are required to achieve our vision. A major part of our efforts to make that vision a reality is our draft Charter for Patient-Centered Care. The Charter is critical in that it will be a strong statement to support patient-centered care at all levels of the healthcare system. It will also be a key component to ensure accountability throughout the system. This charter will be an aspirational document describing the healthcare system that Canadians deserve, one that defines the expectations we all share for a high-functioning system. The Charter for Patient-Centered Care is meant to rally providers, patients, administrators, and funders in the achievement of common goals. As I said earlier, the goal is to share good ideas, to share best practices, to build momentum for change that will support and enhance the delivery of high-quality healthcare services. Some, but not all, of the ideas set out in our strategy will require additional investment by governments. Further, it will not be possible to implement all of these policy directions at the same time. Competing demands for investment for the other important government priorities, such as education and sanitation, must also be taken into account. Just as the various provincial and territorial jurisdictions engaged in Medicare at their own pace in the 1960s and 70s, we also envision provinces and territories phasing in healthcare transformation as each jurisdiction deems fit. The fact is, one size does not fit all. Provinces and territories must be encouraged to share the lessons they learn as changes are made, so that other jurisdictions can leapfrog on their successes. We must also remember that it was the spending power of the federal government that helped create a national system of Medicare. With the 2004 Health Accord due to expire at the end of March in 2014, the federal government must offer its vision for renewal. The CMA contends that strong federal engagement is important to securing progress. No one stakeholder can build a new and better system alone. Partnerships and commitments among and between governments, healthcare providers, and patients will be fundamental to see this vision realized. I would like to add here that physician input, member input from across the country and across specialties remains critical to this project. The CMA's 72,000 plus diverse and dedicated members provide authority and legitimacy on all issues related to health and health care. You are the source of that legitimacy. It is the experience, knowledge, and expertise of members that gives CMA its political capital. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have the grassroots involvement of physicians in our advocacy work. This has been made clear around the CMA board table, where Dr. Susan King provides excellent representation from the physicians in Newfoundland. It is clear in the important and ongoing interaction that CMA has with the NLMA. Since members are the strength of the CMA, it is a critical goal for the association to continue to improve its responsiveness to members across the country. This means using traditional and emerging methods to communicate better with members about the value of CMA's advocacy work, clinical information, and professional development tools. In 2010, the CMA also began work on developing the next strategic plan to guide the association's efforts on behalf of our members for years to come. A critical part of that strategic plan will be to reach out to members and to build new and better linkages across the profession. Electronic tools are the key to those linkages. That is why the CMA launched its member e-panel in 2006. I'm sure that every one of the last few of my predecessors has urged you to join this group, and I have to add my voice as well. The e-panel truly is revolutionizing the way we collect input from members, and if you don't know how to join the e-panel, go to cma.ca and join the e-panel. We can learn in real time about members' views on a range of issues. The e-panel is helping the CMA to become a more member-driven organization. Currently, there are over 3,000 e-panel members. And if you're not among that number, I do hope that you will join.